Welcome back to 2 Minute Tuesday, where we show you something in the sign and graphics industry in 2 minutes or less. And today, we're going to show you what knifeless tape is, all the different types, and how to use it. So put 2 minutes on the clock. Let's get started. So to start, we're going to show you the specialty ones. So the first one is perf line. This is any window perf. You're going to use this tape for that. Excuse me. Second one is bridge line. If you have any gaps you need to cover, anything like this, or you just need a wider section of the knifeless tape, that's what bridge line is going to be for. The next one is going to be tri-line. So this is if you're going to do any pinstriping, or you have a larger gap and say you want to have it offset and not in the middle, that's what you can use tri-line for. The next three are your regular ones. Precision line is for PPF or PWF, anything like that where you have a thicker material. You have to use precision line for that, otherwise it's going to give you some jagged edges or just rip as you're going to use it. The next one is finish line. This one has a Kevlar thread, less likely to tear. So if you need a really long stripe, I see this common with boats where you just want a super long straight line, finish line is great for that. Design line, which is the last one and the one we're going to show you here, is for any time you have a curve like you see on this, where I need this long design. Design line is the only one I would recommend for that. How you use this is typically if you were doing a straight line, you would give yourself a tail like this on both sides. Because we have this design here, I only have one tail. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this tail, fold it on top of itself here. I put my finger down on the section that I folded and then give it a yank. And as you can see, I've separated the thread from the actual vinyl. Then once we get to the vinyl here, and once again, don't tear it as I'm trying to show you this. I'm gonna put my finger down on the edge. We're gonna pull it through here. And then you just wanna keep a relatively short leash on this and pull it all the way around. You want to pull it kind of against its own spine, if that makes sense. So you can see it's here. I'm pulling it this way. I don't want to pull it this way, or you couldn't pull it that way, obviously. It gets a little harder the further I have to reach. You want to make sure you know which way you laid this tape, because if I had laid this part on top and I get to the end here, I'm going to rip it straight off. But I should be able to pull this straight down to where I started here. What we're going to do is actually just peel this whole section off now. And then I should be able to see where I started this green tape. I'm gonna get this tape out of the way so that I can grab this, pull this the rest of the way through here. That'll allow me to rip that. Then you grab your extra threads that you have here, pull those out. And then the last thing that you wanna do is just come down, and ideally with a glove and not just your finger, push down all the edges you just peeled up. And you should have a nice clean cut without cutting on the paint. So that's what knifeless tape is. That's how you use it. You can get all of this at wensco.com or wenscoautomotive.com. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this was helpful. We'll see you in the next video.